We had taken Israel to the pediatrician because he had gotten sick like 12 or 13 weeks consecutively. With Israel, he just had what everybody else was having that was bringing their children in. And as we started to get later in the process, we said, look, this has been going on. Like, we're giving him, I remember specifically giving Israel ice baths. You know, what ended up happening is we took him to the pediatrician. They did blood work. When the hematologist looked at Israel's blood work from the pediatrician, he said, hey, listen, I don't think there's anything wrong here. I think it's probably just kind of one of those wacky viruses. All of a sudden, Rachel said she pulled in our driveway and she got a call from the hematologist. The hematologist called her and he said, I need you to get your bags packed. I need you to bring Israel back here immediately, and just be ready to stay overnight. So the hematologist came in after the lab work was done, and he said, listen, there's no other way for me to really say this to you. I just want to tell you that your child has leukemia. And it was ALL type B. So that was the diagnosis. I took everything within my power not to lose everything that I had. I called my mother, his grandmother, and my father, and we had alerted them to what was going on. And I just kind of shared, hey, here's the diagnosis. And, I just cried. It was real difficult. And then...
Dad, why'd you cry? Why are you talking about that?
Because I love you. And I just think that at that moment, you reach out to the people that you know and love the most. Doesn't matter how strong you are. Doesn't matter, how good or talented your skill set is. You can't possibly, as one individual or even a family, even when we brought my parents in and they essentially helped us pretty much full time, wasn't enough. So when he went neutropenic over Christmas, we had to rush him to the hospital. And they admitted him, and Israel was there for a week. We did not think he was getting out on Christmas or before Christmas, but it was a miracle, man. We prayed. We prayed hard. His ANC jumped from 90 to 380. And the nurses were so excited, they woke us up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. And then Santa said that because of Israel's special circumstances, that Christmas was going to take place for him the following day with his brothers, because he was so brave. And so that's what happened. In the very beginning, Rachel and I decided that using social media was the best way to share the information. We had a insurmountable amount of support from people all over the planet, people we didn't even know about. And I attribute, outside of God, I attribute Israel's miracle, his Christmas miracle, to prayer. And there were folks at Coastal and the J19 in particular that were outside of my immediate family, my mother, my father, that offered up their support and their help to say, hey, look, what can we do for you? How can we help you? And really, even at this moment, whatever we need in terms of help and support, they've been there and continue to be there for us. So if you want to follow Israel's story, the best way to do that is israelscure.com. That has all the links to his social media, and you can kind of follow whatever way best fits you. And if you want to be able to help support families like ours, J19 Foundation.org is the best way to be able to do that.